As people and organizations, we are constantly working on creating inclusive communities where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Unfortunately, research from recent data has shown how divided our spaces are in Arizona as well as across the country. This is a short presentation on how we might do better by leveraging a tool given to us by the Fair Housing Act called Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing, or AFFH for short. AFFH is an underutilized mandate that was part of the original Fair Housing Act of 1968. This presentation is meant to show how we might invest in people and places to increase access to opportunity, such as access to housing, employment, transportation, education, healthcare, public accommodation, commercial facilities, and telecommunications. Your home is not an island. It exists within a neighborhood, with other homes around it, maybe even a district. And when you have that neighborhood, you may have access to good jobs around it, within commuting distance. Others are not so lucky. The schools that your children attend might encourage them and challenge them and give them a good foundation for the rest of their lives. Some schools don't offer this. The air you breathe in your neighborhood might be clean and free of pollution. Some communities don't have this luxury. You might have healthy and affordable food at your grocery store, or you don't. You might be able to walk down the street without fear of crime, or you can't. You might be able to walk down the street without fear of police, or you can't. Your political representatives might be a powerful force in voicing your community's interests, or they aren't. Where you live affects everything: your opportunities economically, your health and safety, and your children's access to these things, which affects their children's access, and so forth. It all depends on the place you call home. Although we have made progress, we remain a highly segregated society. In 1980, the average white person lived in a neighborhood that was 88% white. By 2010, that number had declined, but was still very high at 77%. In 1980, the average black person's neighborhood was 48% black and 34% white. Averages by themselves don't always tell the whole story. There are maps of most of our major cities illustrating how segregated our society remains. People with disabilities also face segregation and often have a limited set of housing choices available to them, particularly housing that is both affordable and accessible. Segregation is not solely the result of self-selection, but rather the legacy of actions and policies taken by federal, state, and local governments, as well as private individuals and institutions over many decades. It will take a different set of actions and policies to undo its effect. This is where you can help to make the difference. Place matters, change is needed. Fair housing is at the core of these issues. There are 7 protected characteristics under the Federal and State of Arizona Fair Housing Acts. These are race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. When the Fair Housing Act was passed in 1968, it banned the outright racial discrimination that was then routine. It also required that governments go one step further, which means to actively dismantle segregation and to foster integration in its place. A mandate that for decades has been largely forgotten, neglected, and unenforced. AFFH, or Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing, is a tool to help combat this growing inequality. HUD's new AFFH rule will advance opportunity in America by shaping investments in housing, transportation, environment, health, education, infrastructure, and economic development. The new rule has given communities the data and the guidance to be better informed on how they invest in themselves, while still allowing them the freedom to come up with solutions that best fit their community. These investments are meant to foster inclusive communities, where contributions are encouraged by all members. These communities promote diversity by welcoming the presence and acknowledging the value of every human being, regardless of national origin, religion, race, color, sex, familial status, or disability. Inclusive communities are important because all people have a contribution and all people have value. But AFFH by itself is not enough. There are other challenges. This is where we need your help. Your active participation will help all our communities make progress toward the goals of achieving housing opportunity, overcoming historic patterns of racial and other segregation, and increasing public investment in areas of highly concentrated poverty. So now you may be asking, how can I make a difference? We are asking that you become a barrier buster in your community. When people are involved in shaping their surroundings, the benefits can include building community, empowerment, increasing sustainability, adding resources to your community, and increasing the speed of development. How can you become a barrier buster? We recommend getting involved, going to public meetings, voicing your opinion. Educate your neighbors about the benefits of increasing access to opportunity, and help foster community support for these initiatives. Vote or volunteer at nonprofit agencies. Go on a hunt to identify and connect the resources in your community. Food banks, shelters, community services. Discover the world around you, and you just may discover a new passion. You can make the difference. Remember, right now, where you live has a big impact on how your life unfolds, and that varies tremendously by neighborhood. People should have a choice regardless of race, national origin, sex, disability, religion, color, or familial status. We want to thank you for allowing us to share our passion with you on these topics. We hope that you now have a deeper understanding of how different neighborhoods fare in terms of access to schools, jobs, transportation, a healthy environment, housing, and other factors. The more equitable access to opportunity, the more our strength and diversity will grow. Taking action will help ensure that no community is left behind. We all have a stake in making sure that each of us has a fair chance to flourish and prosper. For those that like a challenge, we challenge you. For those looking for a solution, we invite you. Become a barrier buster in your community. For more information or questions about fair housing, feel free to contact us. The best way to communicate with us is via email. Please go to the link below to fill out an email. Make sure you provide us with as much detail as possible. We also have a toll-free number for those who cannot email. Know that we are not a legal entity and thus cannot provide any legal advice. We are a resource for people seeking information and referrals. Finally, if you want to learn more about fair housing, check out our free trainings. Contact us at training@swfhc.com. Thank you.